So grab your popcorn and your soda and get ready, because today we'll be showcasing 10 things you didn't know. Our list consists of several incredible picks, such as how snakes can actually predict earthquakes, or how a blue whale's veins are so thick that a small child could easily swim through them. Make sure to stick around for our top 3 picks, because that's where things get crazy to say the least. Regardless, let's start off with our number 10 pick. Pigs are smarter than dogs. That's right. Believe it or not, pigs are actually way more intelligent than dogs, cats, or any other domestic animals we have around our household. Since they are animals, however, we can't just have them going through an IQ test. So instead of the typical test, experts actually ended up training both pigs and dogs at the same time to see who would be easier to train. The results were uncanny to say the least, with the dogs being vastly outsmarted by the pigs. Another interesting fact about them is the fact that they can easily distinguish one human from another, from looking at them for a mere second. And they even know how mirrors work from birth, unlike most or any other domestic animal. Number 9. The Twitter bird's name is Larry. If you've been around the block on the internet for a few years now, it shouldn't come off as any shock that the Twitter bird logo is everywhere. Fact of the matter is that since it was on the first page of Twitter in 2006, the iconic bird pic has become the literal face of Twitter as a whole. Back in 2010, however, it was about time that we were told about the strange icon, with officials from Twitter making it their quest to let everyone know that the bird's name was actually Larry Bird all along. Nobody knows which species of bird Larry is, but we do know, however, is that he is still about as adorable as he's always been. Number 8. Mike Tyson wanted to fight a real gorilla. Not only did he want to square up with a gorilla, he was actually willing to offer the zoo attendant a whopping $10,000 for allowing him to enter the cage. No matter how much he offered, however, the zoo attendant was not willing to open the cage. To this day, we don't know who would have won this fight, but based on how scared the zoo attendant was that day, we can't say we don't have at least a slither of hope for the boxing legend himself. Who do you think would have won? Mike Tyson in the prime of his life? Or a real gorilla? Number 7. Some small creatures see in slow motion. This isn't some reference to the new Ant-Man movie or anything like that. This is real. This is the same effect that Hollywood has been attempting to showcase with the giant monsters in their movie. And also why people are complaining that Godzilla was moving too fast in the new series. Essentially, the larger the object is, the harder it is to process the information. And for some insects and small birds, this actually results in them seeing the world in slow motion altogether. Although not technically slow motion, since they can't really react to what they see in real time, they can still react way faster than any human would under the same circumstances. Number 6. Nutella was created to replace chocolate. Right after World War II ended, the stock of chocolate went out of this world, with the price tag being higher than ever before it. So what was the response to chocolate makers all around the world? To combine chocolate with other ingredients and make it easier to come by. This is how Nutella came into being. So essentially, Nutella was a cheaper alternative to real chocolate that most anyone could get a hold of back in the 1940s. Times sure have changed, with Nutella officially being more expensive than most chocolate bars out there nowadays. Number 5. The chicken came before the egg. According to the Bible, the chicken was actually made before the egg. This is stated in the book of Genesis, where God states clearly that he was the one to create all living things, and that everything he created was at the peak of their lives, which would indicate that the chicken was simply made as a fully developed specimen from the get-go. Number 4. Children could swim in a blue whale's veins. We are talking about very small children over here, but this is still an incredible feat to say the least. This is possible thanks to the fact that blue whales represent the largest animals on our whole planet, growing as massive as 100 feet or 30 centimeters long, and weighing over 150 tons in general. Surveyors even stated that the largest blue whale ever discovered had such large veins that a whopping 3 to 4 small children could swim through them with ease. This just puts into perspective how small we are as a species. We are, simply put, nothing more than rodents in compared to these true giants on this planet. Number 3. Snakes can predict earthquakes. Although this may sound like we're talking about a superpower over here, we can assure you that this is real because of just how many surveys there have been made on this. The thing about snakes is that they can sense vibrations very easily through their tongues, or when they slither around on the ground. And as an earthquake can start its way from over 75 miles or 121 kilometers away, it's not too hard for a snake to squirm away when sensing an earthquake incoming. Number 2. Human bodies glow. We don't mean this as a joke or as a motivational speech intro. Quite the contrary, actually. It has been proven in the past that human bodies actually do glow. but we can simply not perceive each other's visibleness. This is because the illumination mentioned here is less than 1,000 times stronger than the level of light that the human eye is able to see in the first place. There is technology out there that allows us to see the light with our own eyes, but it is merely experimental and extremely dangerous, as any source of light brighter than that could easily damage your eyesight in a matter of seconds. Number 1. Bees often sting other bees. While bees are mostly known for working together against common threats, they are also known to attack one another in case one is trying to steal some nectar for itself. For the most part, however, the rogue bee will get itself bitten and thrown out of the hive. But if the bee still tries to get a sip of the nectar, it will eventually be stung to death by the other bees working there. A guard bee will not hesitate in the slightest to take down any threats to the queen or her supply of nectar. So of course, it will not think twice about taking down a rogue bee. These were some wild fun facts. Wouldn't you say so yourself? Let us know which fun fact was your favorite. And also don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Inside Tens to see more from us. Now check out these recommended videos on the left and right side of the screen. See ya!